Through Xbox. Oh boy, it's the middle of the night. So yeah, we're I guess we're doing everything that we're doing the thing that every YouTuber did 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they knew about it. I think it was just they. I think the weirder thing was that like none of them had really done anything with it. I understand uh like I understand Alex not doing anything with it because that's really not his type of game. Yeah, like Brad strikes me as the guy that, of course, around about the time this is coming out, they were. Are you loading it? The only reason I ask is because I didn't see a thing about anybody joining, so gotta be careful. Where are you? Oh, yeah, I did some work, just some simple stuff, so that this first of who knows how many Minecraft sessions isn't just set up shop and set up a farm and all that. I actually I did a lot of that. Hmm. Yeah, I quick hopped on to do some quick um, lighting up stuff because I knew it would be kind of a pain in the ass otherwise. Oh, you might have to go through like a tutorial or something like that. It's DRGAJ. We should be friends. I sent you a thing. Well, now it says you're in Minecraft, so let me do that. Because it just said Xbox before. That was one of the issues that I was having. I just did the under settings. There's like Xbox and gaming or something like that, and then you can run a test for Xbox Live, I believe is what it's under. Mm-hmm. There should be like an Xbox and something, or it's just gaming now, I think. Like, yeah, Windows settings. Hold on. It's a multiplayer game and it's invite only. Uh, it's like, when you pull up the settings thing and there's like the panels. It's one of the panels. It's like down at the bottom. Yeah. There should be one for like Xbox. Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, I wonder who the real push behind that was. Was it Phil? Was it, some other crony? Was it? Yeah, if you click fix it, it should just, for whatever reason, it. I'm beating a zombie to death with rotten flesh. Hmm? What'd you say? Well, no, before that. I just sent you one. That you worked in a programming field. I mean, that's such a, like, it's such a specialized, like, you need to know, oh, this is, because Windows has gotten so borked in the past decade, it's no longer like, oh, you need to know basic networking. Now it's like, it's much more involved. Yeah, maybe. You shouldn't have to restart your computer, but yeah. Because, like, that happened to me one time when we were doing Sea of Thieves, and it was like, it was blocked, and then I clicked the fix thing, and then I was like, it should work, and then it did. And I was like, finally, something that actually works. For me, it wasn't. I mean, that might be a safe thing to do. at this point. Okay, let's see. Actually, let me make some bread. Cow, you are lucky I don't have anything in terms of offense right now. Hey. I know. I was wondering, okay, we're about to play, what is Discord gonna do? Invite you, send. I mean, PC gaming's fine. It's Windows PC gaming. I mean, that's a very real possibility, knowing how borked my Windows was. Like, I had to do regedit stuff to fix my networking stuff. But it's working now, so I don't know what's... Shouldn't be having any issues. Like, what's the hang up? Are you... Huh. Yeah, I guess maybe I can try taking it down and changing... Like... Changing it from, like, invite only to something, I guess. Let me try that. Account setting, friends only. We'll do friends. Did you also see how it's not centered? Idiot spent $24 million getting a rose diamond jammed in his forehead, and he doesn't even get it centered up. I mean, I'm not getting a diamond shoved up my ass, but... For how much? Getting a diamond just shoved up my ass? Or like the way he did it, and... I mean, I'd imagine $24 million. Like, I could buy off a, like, Mexican doctor. There we go. Now you join the game. I could pay off a Mexican doctor to get me some, like, horse tranquilizers and just numb everything. So, I'd say yes. Yeah, I guess that was that was the only way to play it. So yeah, I mean, I guess I had heard of it for a while. Hello, spider. Alright, so I'm way underground, so um hmm, not really. There's a bunch of stuff that I avoided. But it cooks food, that's all I know. I stole it from one of the camps that I found. There's a small sand village behind the house. So I just yanked it from one of their houses. No, well, that was a option that I could have done. I always leave it on because, like, while maps like aren't super useful, especially in single player, like, yeah, multiplayer they're essential because, like, if you get in a situation where like the game spawns you, you know, halfway across a map, and you have no idea where the other person is, like, rather than spending, an hour of the 2 hours tonight finding each other. Well, if it's sunlight out, he should be burning. See, I have no concept of time. I am deep in the underground. It's funny, the interview that I had today, we were talking about that. And about the concept of, like, I don't even know what day it is. Like, I got a calendar in front of me and I'm not even sure what day it is. Yeah. Well, so it ended up being, like, I thought it was going to be really early, but it was 9:30. So it would have been 8:30 your time. No. You're sleeping in a bed. Unfortunately, I am way underground. I don't have a bed. I have the materials to make a ton of beds, but well, I wasn't even necessarily planning on keeping that space as Casa SWW. So, I mean, it's pretty nice when you don't have to. The problem is, like, it's almost easier to do that stuff in a creative world and then switch it over to survival. It's funny because, like, I would consider you and I to be in the Minecraft generation. Well, no, like, we would have been what, in our teens when it was coming out. Yeah, so like that was like it would have been the first game that a lot of us could have afforded because it was only $20 and you could run it on literally anything. So, and now for this game to be like, yeah, it's a much younger audience now. Like, but it's weird. I would say a lot of the kind of like the true millennials, the end of the millennials, which is you and I, like we're getting back into it, but more as a like chill, like yeah. I am back to the house. I'm on the farm right now. It's my skin. It's one of the free ones. Because you're just Steve. I think mine's either 47 or Spider Man. Well, I can't remember if I changed it after that or. Because I changed it at one point. I can't remember if I changed it before that or after that. I mean, we can move. I mean, I would suggest if we're gonna move, like, so back that way, you can kind of see into the desert. You can see the village. Well, not necessarily, because I would like to keep, um, like, the grassland and stuff like that for the animals. Because it's easier to farm them if they're free range. Like, well, pigs don't do anything other than, and there's only one. So, um, I mean, we could move into the desert village. We could move into the ice. It looks like there's a. Watch out. There's a bunch of biomes over that way. Like, you know. Hmm? No, it's a different one. Are you purposely trying to. What did he drop? A potato. Um, yeah, it looks like there's the high desert over there, so we could put our home on top of one of the things. I guess if you want to start packing stuff up to head over there, you see what I'm talking about? Like in between the two desert, like the high desert stuff. And then leave leave like the furnace, because that's, I think, still working on iron. It's almost done, but yeah. And we don't really need, I mean, we don't need the stove or the furnace, because those things are so easy to make. Okay, I'm gonna grab the smoker, because I think it just, as far as I know, it just cooks food faster. But it's still a nice thing to have. Because then, like, then we can have, instead of two furnaces, um, we can have one furnace just for food. And then I'm gonna, yeah, I'll grab the last of that. I'm not gonna replant the seeds. I guess. I mean, unless you think, yeah, have fun with that. If you think we can find lava over there, I'll leave that. I'll leave the water and lava pools. I mean, it's fairly well lit up, so yeah. So I'm heading over there now. Shift. That's what it used to be. I don't know what it is now. Just gonna grab this iron since I saw it. And we're gonna need a ton of iron. Because I forget, it's something ridiculous for like a um, full armor and tools and stuff. It's something crazy. And I have 60. I have 73 smelted, and then I have 9 that are raw. So. Or you purposely just stopped there? Oh. I know where we're going, so. We could take over that island. No, I say we take over the canyon. I have 2 more bread. And I have 3 raw pork chops. So, if either of us needs food, I think we're set until we get over there. I have a bow. Oh shit, there were like 30 or something arrows in the chest. But it's not a huge deal. The chest that you broke. I mean, it's not a big deal. I didn't make them. I just picked them up from skeletons. Plus, I mean, we'll have to go back over there for the lava and the stuff, so watch out because there are drown swimming around down there. Because, you know, it's no longer a viable strategy to drown the zombies. No, they turn into those drown. Yeah. I think the only thing that don't are skeletons. So cool, we got a kelp farm. Mm-hmm. Watch out, that trident will mess you up. How many seeds do you have? Okay. Trying to figure out where the cave is. Looks like there's one right here. Jesus Christ was here. Cool, there's a couple different caves. Yeah. This is a fairly new biome, if I remember right. I mean, do you want to build underground? I'm just torching it up. Okay, yeah, we can start. That should be good. Oh, do we have wood? Okay, we have a bunch of dirt. Oh, I have wood planks. There's some torches, string, potato if you want it. I'll leave the beds with you. Yeah, I put it in there. Yeah, we're gonna need one. There's stone for stone tools to start. I mean, there's, unless you're, you know, going for stone or for diamond, there's no reason to waste iron on tools. Because, I mean, like, an iron pickaxe, it needs to find at least 3 iron for it to be a net 0. So, if you can't find 3 iron with it, you know, it's really not worth it. But I mean, we're good on iron now, so not yet. I believe they're in the yeah, I grabbed them, but they're in the chest. Let's see, didn't I? Let's see, I think if I remember right, the whatever this stuff is just sand, so you can break it pretty easy. I don't need leather, the bow. It's terracotta. At least the stuff that I got. Okay, there's pretty much everything. So I'm just gonna keep mining. It might be worth it to make a shovel if all this stuff is sand. Alright, we are on the place a torch on the right on the way in path. Well, but if you're exploring something, torch on the right. Then you never get lost. Or, I should say, you never get turned around. You can still get lost. Oh, it's big news. Uh. Also, hey, I think we just discovered a fossil. Um. You're getting a house. I don't know. Hmm? I'm nowhere near you right now. I'm currently doing my best, Jeff Goldblum. Oh, that's a nasty hole. Yeah, tend to be. His roommate's probably wondering if she's gonna be invited to the house. I need to find what cult people he was talking about. Cult people with access. There's a skeleton. There's a rabbit. There's. This goes on for a little bit. Looks like. Looks like there's some forest. So that's a good sign. It's not completely screwed when it comes to wood. There's something out there. But I don't know it. Okay, I picked it up, but it's not showing up in my inventory. Oh, they're sticks. Cool. So that's good to know. Well, if you've ever seen her play Among Us, that's not super surprising. Just a heads up, I found this out. The little brush looking things that are all around up top here, if you break them, they break down into 2 sticks. So we don't have to waste. We don't have to waste resources. That would be potentially in the chest, and if they're not in the chest, then no. We got a bunch of bone blocks, so we can bone meal up. Set our new spawn points. Yeah, my bed's right next to gold. Seems about right. Alright, I guess I'll start working on armor. 2 helmets, 2 chests, 2 legs, 2 boots. Oh shit, he was weak. Dude, you just have to walk around and find him. There's 2 in the chest, though. Dude, it'll take me 30 seconds to find eggs. There's a set for you in the chest. Also, I'll deposit the rest of the iron. Turns out we had more than enough, because there were 41 left over. I'm gonna head back to the old house to grab saplings. Let's see. Yeah, you can... I saw... Where was it? Well, there's the island that you can go find stuff. Other than that... Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, like, clearing out this... No, like, look, no. Look, this kind of... This top layer of this brown. Just clearing it all out. You know, it's terracotta or whatever, so I need a shovel. Yeah, and then make it like a farm. I'm gonna head back to the old house and grab saplings. Also, you can get the seaweed, and you can dry it in a furnace, I think. And you can eat that. So, a couple of squid, bunch of fish. Ice caves? Also, I'll tell you this right now: ice caves are about as interesting as regular caves. Maybe even less so because it's slick, so you can't really enjoy what you're doing because you're sliding around all the time. And no, it's definitely not worth 5 hours. I don't even know if they were next to me if I would go. I might go once and be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, 5 hours is like a full tank of gas, and I guess it depends on how far. It's at least filling up once. Oh, we're gonna have all kinds of fun stuff to talk about when Formula S comes back. Just like uh, today, as we're streaming this, Roman Grosjean announced that he is driving an IndyCar for 21. He's doing everything but the ovals. Um, so that's pretty big news. We get to talk about Kevin Magnussen having his heart ripped out of him at Daytona um, in the 24 hours. The 1 point whatever is a full with bonus. Yeah, so it's like 330 without. 330 million? Not really. Probably because whatever deal was already in place. I mean, well, it's very clear that the Borderlands brand is worth something. I mean, they licensed it out for a movie. Like, no, but they own the license. Like that, you know. Also, hey, I just found another egg. Say what you will about the, the how good this movie's gonna be or not. It's clearly worth an amount of money. Yeah, I mean he is in a normal box office probably a what 250 to $300 million draw just by himself. So for him to also be attached to you know a brand that has been very successful, but not yeah, especially not anymore. Yeah, yeah, the people that they have for this movie are names that are going to get butts and seats. Well, no, I mean theaters are open, so yeah. I don't have anything to cut these trees down with besides my fist. So I'm going to leave the trees. I do have 2 saplings. There is a lot of clay I found around the shore, so there's that. I'm not seeing a... Ooh, hold on. You can break clay with... it takes way too long, so you can break clay with your hand. Yeah, there's clay back by the house, too, so... Well, so that's the thing, right? Now you're Mr. Homeowner now. Are you gonna hire that out? Or are you gonna... Well, your yard or the plot that you're on? Well, if your plot is a quarter of an acre, your house is definitely more than half that plot. Oh, it'll be faster than that. It's not worth it to... Are you in like a subdivision or are you just on like a side street? Oh boy, you better read up on HOA rules for... Nice. Boomer house. It's probably a Sears and Roebuck house. I want to see if it's a Sears and Roebuck house. If you got one of those are... I mean, it's not... It doesn't make them worth anything, but... It's just a cool kind of piece of history to have. Is it a 2-story house? Also, I see a village, so... Yeah, we've got... ransacking that we can do. You're going in the right direction. I said you're going in the right direction. I'm not super far behind you, so... Did you find it? Did you find it? It's because you went up. You need to go down. Do you see the Enderman? Who just fell like an idiot? Where are you? Do you see me? I'm on top of the hill. I'm above our house, basically. Yeah, well, it kind of doesn't help that it's like literally in a cave. I mean, cave people, cave people. There's nothing in the furnace. I just put pork chops in the smoker. Smooth stone? Oh, you need hold on. It's... I took this stone out. Because I'm looking up your brick block, which needs... No, it's... The brick block is 4 clay. You can make brick stairs, but I think it's clay that you need. Is it just brick? Okay, so brick stairs needs brick blocks. Brick blocks need bricks. How do you make a brick? Is it just... You can't? Probably not, because it's a sand. Okay, I put the saplings in the chest. I mean, you can just do like facade stuff with it, I think, but I mean, it makes sense, right? Like it's a very soft material, so finished digging out this artifact. As far as I know, nothing. It's just like a skeleton. Like, I mean, you get a shit ton of bone blocks, but as far as I know, like, there might be an achievement attached to finding one. But as far as I know, nothing for digging it out. I mean, I guess, like, in the process, you're gonna find, you know, like, coal and uh, other materials just kind of naturally through the process. But if I remember right, there's like 3 or 4 different um, skeletons that you can find, fossils that you can find. Because I remember them making a big deal about, oh, you can find new... Good question, I'm underground. Looks like I may have found the head. Well, hey, if you've got a house, then we no longer need to find an office for the SWW show. We just need to both. We just need to make that a profitable thing, and then I can move over there and run the show. Well, you can only deduct the room that the studio's in. Oh, we would need more than 200 square foot. 200 square foot is not a very big studio. I have already spent an entire stone pickaxe. I think I've spent like 1.5 already on this thing. I mean, we don't have to worry about farming forever because I'll just rip up all this bone and turn it into bone meal, and our farms will be flourishing. Trying my best to not break any of the bone blocks because I kind of want to see what this thing is supposed to be. Also, I hope you know the studio that you're going to have is going to be the most ghetto ass, like, professional studio. Doing everything on the cheap because we can get it all done that way. No reason to spend the big bucks. Also, if we can do this full time, we'll have like an actual stream schedule, not just Wednesday nights, whenever we're both on. I did my trains. I did 2 of them actually. I did 2 streams because I did one, then I went to the gym, and then I came back and did another. Yep. Because gotta be Papa Swole. Or Daddy Carlos, was that what the guy's name was the other night at the Hawks game? Man, we're gonna have stone for days. The 2 of them. Oh. I was saying I only had 2 of them, so. Can I, like, Postmates some stone pickaxes? Your surplus fee can be gargling these nuts. Dude, I'm already up. I have more than enough stone. There's no way the reserves are out of stone. If we're seriously out of stone, then you're doing something wrong. I have white terracotta. What? I just put a ton in there. Alright, I'm just gonna craft as many craft stack. Let's see, how many did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have 8 stone pickaxes. So hopefully I can uncover this thing. We're not in Atlanta. Also, you need to make pressure plates for the doors in. You don't need iron doors. If you do, you can do pressure plates for wood doors. Well, no, you need I think it's the iron pressure plate. Because then only players can trigger it. At least that's how it used to be. It used to be that the player character was the only one that was heavy enough to trigger it. Yeah, there should be one that's like heavy. You'll need 4. 2 up front, 2 up back. I mean, if you want to be able to get in and out. One of the most overrated food chains in the US. And that is a no cap opinion. No, Whataburger is like, you can tell that they're trying. In-N-Out feels like they get by on their name. I think In-N-Out gets by on their name and the kind of the virality of their menu, of being able to order a 6x6 animal style, and that's a thing that you can do. Like, if it was any old burger chain, like, you know, they're kind of like Wendy's. Like, Wendy's does the chili fries. Wendy's does the pretty much everything else that In-N-Out is like, oh, you got to get their animal style fries or whatever. Like, you know, somebody makes a version that they make, and it's probably better. Man, I think I got, I'd say the vast majority of this thing uncovered. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I can't tell. I'm in a rib cage. So, I don't know if one of the 3 is just the rib cage or if there's, you know, more of it that I need to uncover. But yeah, we now have a very healthy supply of bone. Oh, I was just gonna put a farm on the plateau. So yeah, you can come down and see it if you want before I start tearing it up. No, it's right in front of the house. No, you definitely did. Because I see your name running around. I am going to make one iron pickaxe. Dude, achievement pops take forever. Do you have any sticks? Any sticks? I need sticks. I can just go upstairs and grab sticks. I'm eating pork chops. I'm eating sustainable. Because guess what? The game just keeps spawning them, so. I'm going to eat as many of them as I can. I forget what, like, there are some things that gold is useful for. Well, I know, like, I think it's the clock needs it. Alright, well, since you got stone, whatever, going on in the furnace, you can smelt down the gold. The gold. I think redstone needs iron as well to mine it, so. Did you see the rib cage before I rip it apart? Mm-hmm. Oh shit. I guess I'm slacking in that corner, maybe? Mm-hmm. I couldn't remember how big these things were. Because the only other one that I've found was a skull. I mean, I'm just gonna rip the bone out to use it for bone meal. I'm not Indiana Jones. Dude, we can make bone blocks. We can probably make quite a few of them. Now you can see my... Well, there is one that I think I did full of gravel. So if you have a torch on hand, I think you can just torch trick those and break them all. Also, whenever you mine bone, it's such a satisfying noise. It's like a nice little pop. So I watched The Little Things on HBO, their new movie, with Jared Leto, Denzel Washington, and Rami Malek. There was quite a lot for it only being 2 hours long. There's more. Oh, looks like it was just one piece. Um, yeah, I mean it perfectly shows how Jared Leto doesn't have to act to be a creep. Like that guy just has a natural creepiness about him. Also, the Snyder Cut got rated R, the most obvious thing in the world. Yeah, it went from 4 1-hour episodes to 1 4-hour movie. Yeah. I think it's right before Kong vs. Godzilla. Because they're both in March. What? No. There's no way that releases in theaters. I mean, even if theaters were open, that's not releasing in theaters. Like, that's too big for HBO. Like, that is such a, hey, HBO Max is the exclusive home of the Snyder Cut. Like, it's too perfect for them to not do that. Like, I would be genuinely disappointed in HBO if they didn't do that. Because if they were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna release it in theaters, I'd be like, no, like, this is the old media still running the company. Like, if you're truly gonna try to do a streaming service, you guys need to realize that you need these big things. Yeah, it's February 5th. I didn't look into it. I just saw that it was announced. Do you want to use this space for our storage room? Because now that it's all cleared out, I mean, it's a pretty well mined out area. I mean, so so there. I think everything else is. Well, the reason I was asking is I would cut walkway up. Did you I don't know how much you're really on the wrestling subreddit, but did you read the or hear the podcast episode from uh, John Hubert, Brody Lee, his wife, talking about how quickly everything happened? Like, it was insane. I listened to that, or I read the transcript. Well, he had his lungs failed. Basically, is what happened. So no, they thought it was potentially COVID. Um, Turns out it was like serious lung failure, and there were doctors that didn't want to put him on the transplant list, even though that was probably the only thing that would have potentially saved his life. And like, yeah, it was crazy. Within the span of 2 months, he went from being fine to dead. I mean, I knew that a lot of guys liked him. I didn't necessarily know that he was, well, more of he he understood his position. Like, he knew he was lucky to have gotten his chance in the WWE and the money he made from that, and he was using that to, you know, help some of these guys in AEW and other indies that. Oh, nice. I think all you have to do is block off the. Did you. Did a creeper blow up? Just use the sandstone. Also, we need better stairs to get from. Because, like, look, you drop down into a hole and then there's no way out of the hole from the house. Well, no, from the house. Like, yeah. I'm gonna go see what the trader wants. He trades emeralds. In emeralds, sorry, not. But the village over yonder trades emeralds. I'm gonna see what they have for crops too and steal a couple. They got a nice little seaside village there. I'm not gonna blow it up. Also, I'm pretty sure we have enough stuff to make a TNT block. Well, and I had a bunch of it too, so that I put in the chest. So. It sounds like we need to open the storage facility. There is light from underneath the village. I can't tell what it is. Because it's that weird thing where, like, if I'm underwater, the draw distance is so short. But when I'm above water, I can see down into the water. It's fun Minecraft logic, I guess. So I can't tell, is that a... There might be a crashed meteor just in this lake. Also, a dolphin just came up next to me. It is way too dark and I'm about to drown. Oh, it's a shipwreck. At least that's what it looks like. What in the world? There's like... Can't tell what this is. It's like a... It's like part of a nether portal with a gold block surrounded by like nether rock and magma. And there's a chest next to it, which I'm trying to get down to. Oops. There's a bunch of gold and iron nuggets in the chest. So now that I've got my oxygen back. I will go ... Fire charge, gold nugget, gold nugget, gold nugget, golden helmet, iron, iron, ... And then up to the surface I go. I guess also too, like if we can find a lava source, we can make another portal this episode. Because we have more than enough water. And we can always just create a water spawner. An infinite water source. And then I forget how you do the lava one. All the way down. Alright, well I see carrots, I see bread, I see... I mean, it's fine once we get emeralds, because he's actually pretty useful. But... I found potatoes. I got potatoes. I'll be a responsible farmer. Got everything. I'm a little worried the sun's going down. And I'm a decent way from home. There's a bed there, which is good. Couple beds. This place is nothing but beds. Problem is there's no chests. This is hopeful. Being a sustainable farmer. Let's see, I got the carrots, got the potatoes. Just taking everything. This place is a gold mine for a farm, I'll tell you what. Also, we never have to worry about food again. This place is loaded with food. Yeah. It's got potatoes, beetroots, carrots, wheat, like in droves. You could. So I don't know how. Do you eat beetroots to get beetroot seeds? Oh no, they're a separate thing in your inventory. I couldn't remember if they were just like uh, carrots and potatoes, where you harvest one and well, but you replant like the end product, basically. I'm also gonna bring back all of the extra seeds that I get from being a sustainable farmer. If you are, I'm gonna say, if you're by a bed, I can. This village has a ton of beds, so I can sleep. So we can skip till morning. No, I'm good. So coming back, I have 43 potatoes, 51 carrots, 101 carrots, 43 potatoes, 39 wheat, 43 beetroots. And I have 13 beetroot seeds on top of 13 wheat seeds. This place has every color bed you would want. It's got yellow, it's got white, it's got a brewing stand. So we don't have to make one of those. Which is nice for well, I'm gonna say down the road, not right now. We have no need for it right now, but eventually when we want to start doing stuff underwater and we need night vision and upgrade gear. There's also nobody in this village, so yeah. I'm wondering, because it's a seaside village, if they all just drown and now they're all drowned. Because there were a bunch on my way over that I saw. I am going to make a boat. It'll be so much easier. And then we can, if we want to keep using the village in its, kind of its farms and stuff like that are already established. Like, yeah, if we just have a boat, we can just zip back and forth. I'm just mining all of the, not all of them, but I just mine the corners out of the farms so that I have wood. Because that's how you, well, no, you know how they build them and they build the corner piece. So I just take the corner pieces. Well, this dock's gonna have a crafting table on it. Should I care? Alright, what do I need for a boat? Oh, I need to make a shovel. Right, they changed the boat recipe. Yeah, now it's no longer, 2 sticks, it's, shovel instead. Because it used to be, 3 planks and 2 sticks. Now it's, I think it's 5 planks and a shovel. So it's more wood, but, and it's also one more step. But yeah, there's a bunch of places underwater that I can see from just scooting around. They're lit up, so it looks like we're in the clear, though. We don't have a Atlantis anywhere near us. They're just annoying because they have the guardians that they hit you with a thing that's like, it slows down your mining for like 3 minutes or something like that. So they're more annoying than anything. The guardians, as far as I know, don't like physically hurt you, but they yeah, they significantly slow your mining down. Is this our only farm? Yeah. I was gonna say, are you gonna I was gonna say, why don't you build a farm in this underground here? I was gonna say, I got a bunch of stone pickaxes that I need to work through so I can. I'll just expand on where you've got your potato. Shit. There we go. Do we have dirt reserves? Well, just for this. Oh, we have tons of dirt. We have a couple stacks of it. For this farm. Just doing the 3x3 and then that's what I had. do you just want to do little per crop plots? Okay. Well, it should be easy enough to tell. Like, yeah, you can see. Cool, because I am going to use... We have 23 right now, but I'm going to use it as kind of like the pathway around the farm. Sand. Just to kind of make it stand out that you're at the farm. Because, you know, nothing says farm like finding iron while you're expanding. Did you watch any of the Rumble? I just saw kind of the highlights of it. I mean, I think it's cool that they needed somebody to go the distance again because the only other people that had done it were Benoit and I think Jericho. Or Michaels, maybe. I think he's pretty well content with what he's doing now, so I would say if you're a wrestling fan and your hopes are that Cena comes back, I hate to say it, that's not a very high likelihood. I mean, he said that. Yeah, yeah. I guess it might be interesting to also look into where they're filming. Like, are they filming in Florida? Oh, yeah. Well, and I think especially in 21 now, like you can't pull that kind of stuff, like because there's so much like it's a weird noise. Um, there's so much behind the scenes work that needs to be done that they're gonna announce that you know. Well, they're allowing people at the Super Bowl and it's at the same place. Well, I think the Super Bowl's in Tampa. I don't know if they're doing Mania in Tampa again. Yeah, so they've got like 22,000 fans that are going to be at the Super Bowl. So, and since it's probably at the same venue, I imagine WrestleMania is going to be at Raymond James. Um, you know, I imagine the WWE is looking at the NFL and being like, okay, well, no, more of how are they going to handle it? Like, because obviously, if the NFL can't get their ducks in a row, the WWE definitely can't. Even then, I mean, well, no, hockey did very well with their bubble. I think hockey did the best with their implementation. Hockey had no positive tests over like 7,500 tests or something like that. Well, no, they did have positive tests. It was people that had left the bubble though. Like hockey made it nearly impossible to leave the bubble, or if you did, like it was not worth it to come back. So It's just funny though, like, you know, these leagues that had the bubble are now having all these issues. Like NBA's having issues, hockey's having issues, like, because they caved to the players and are playing at, home stadiums. And guess what, guys? You play at home stadiums, this stuff's gonna happen because travel's involved. Like, it's no longer you're just going to, you know, uh, the place down the at the end of the hotel. You're, traveling across country, or you're, yeah. And I mean too, like, hockey players seem to me like there is a not insignificant amount of them that probably are, if not completely anti-mask, very much of the no, they like their rules were insane. Yeah, like drivers, they showed up like the day after the team showed up, and they were basically in the motorhome or in the car, and that was it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a pee real quick, and I'll be right back. I back. Yeah. Um, Sand. That's what I was going to get. Also, we have a ton of it right here. I'm just ripping this apart because I know you're gonna do a new facade anyway. So we don't need coal. We have more than enough. Cool. The gold's done. Do you have a bucket? Okay, and there's 3 in the chest if you didn't. So. Mhm. I'll at least board up uh, the stuff that I don't need. Okay, so I've got one, two. We got. What did you put there? Okay, so we've got potato, wheat, carrot. We need one more. But no, yeah, the NASCAR like mandates were very much a we are like they were the first ones back too. So I think that's kind of part of yeah, part of the intensity behind it was look, we're going to be it was the end of well, it was up since last year, but it was found this year. Or it became a thing this year, I should say. And whether or not, the drivers. Well, no, like the news had been there. Like there were photos from last year that somebody had done that, which I mean, as a couple of the drivers put it, like that's not a knot that you can just like you just whip up. Like you need to know how to make that. Uh, I don't think any NASCAR drivers had been in the stall, but other series had used it and stuff. So yeah, I mean there were definitely some weird circumstances around it. But it was interesting to see the response, right? Like from the especially the driver's standpoint, like the owners were very clearly putting on a facade, but like a lot of the drivers came out and were like, "Nah, this, like I think it was one of the other drivers that said you need to know how to you don't just like whip up a noose. You need to know how to make one." Which is a valid point. Like it's not a common knot. It's, there are knots that are better for the purpose. There are knots that are um just straight up stronger in general. So, you know, there's not a lot of reason to have a noose. Like, in the tied to that rope. So, also something's happening because the wheat seeds keep popping out of the ground. No, like they're like the one like they just keep popping. Like I put new ones down and they just pop. So I don't know if there's some weird like so far the potato ones are all staying in. The carrots are staying in. I only have 6 beetroot seeds at the time. So we're gonna have to grow some to get more, but also my hoe just ran up. It lasted just enough. I was able to make 6. You mean Super Bowl weekend? Potential. Why? Oh shit, I left all my buckets. Do you have a bucket on you? Thank you, Jesus Christ, for your water. Yeah, I think I'm free Saturday. As of now. Got fun adulting to do. You know, it's funny that the term for doing adult things is adulting, and then there's adultery, which is way more fun than adulting. Depending on where you're at. If you're in southern Florida, adultery is the rage. No, that's central Florida. Retirement homes in general have astronomical STD rates. Which makes sense, because it's like, of course they would. Like, you know, if you've made it to a point where you just don't care anymore, why use a wrapper? But you gotta remember, don't be silly, wrap your willy. Because otherwise, your house is gonna fill up rooms real quick. Let's see if that helps. I just punched the roof out above the wheat, so I'm wondering if... So it looks like one of the carrots popped. You know, I'm wondering if it's a weird, like, ceiling restriction or something like that. So... Yeah, I'm just gonna quit. Oh, what the shit? You know, carrots. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm saving now. I got the carrots planted. I think next we'll, if we hop on Saturday, it'll just be like working on the house and doing some resource gathering. It won't be anything major for, yeah, Wednesday we can do nether stuff, and then all that fun stuff that comes with that. Also, I'm just looking at it now. My Resner setup fits in perfectly with the splash screen for Minecraft. Got the red gels going, which they're just cheap 2-pocket folders, plastic folders that I cut up. Yeah, they're those translucent folders, and then I doubled them up to make it a bit more red. But, yeah. It's amazing what you learn when you're a college student in the film industry. You learn how to do stuff cheap and make it look good. Goodbye, everyone.